All right, so you want to know what happens to gold in a recession. Well, guess what? We're in a recession. I don't care what anybody says. You don't need anybody to tell you otherwise, guys. The economies around the world are, they're contracting. That's just a fact. This is what's taking place. There's nothing that you can do to stop it. There's nothing that the politicians can do to prevent it. It is going to happen. It has already happened. And we're just waiting on the data confirmation to tell us what we already know. So if you are new to precious metals, if you are just getting in, what an interesting time. The prices have come down quite a bit. And if you are just getting in, guys, take your time. Don't rush. Don't just go all in, right? That's usually what we all do. We usually just say, "Oh my God, I gotta get some coverage. I gotta take care of myself." But hey, just take your time, ease into it. You gotta understand something. This has been around for 5,000 plus years. It's not going anywhere. Okay, you're not gonna miss the boat. Okay, it's just shiny, nice rocks, right? That's what it's all about. It's a great way to save, and now that the price is going down, that is when I like to focus and hone in on what matters most, and that is conserving what I have, right? Making the better choice right now could affect you over the next 10 years, right? You're not going to get another opportunity like this for a while. So, what we need to do is we need to dive into what the past is going to teach us, right? Okay, so what can we take from the last, I don't know, 40 years, right? That was the last time inflation has been this high. So it's a good indicator, right? It should be. It should be a good indicator of where things are going. But you got to understand something. Things have changed, all right? The Fed changed the rules up, all right? They started QE, right? Money printing. We know what decade was that? That was in I want to say that was in 2008, and monetary policy has changed since then. So maybe this theory of how gold works in a recession is going to be different. We'll just have to find out. Okay, it's a 50-50. You're either going to make the right call or you're going to make the wrong call. All right, so let's see. How many recessions have we had since 1980? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. The first one, all right, after gold, let's see, it reached, if you adjust for inflation, it reached $2,400 per ounce. All right. And then after that recession, it collapsed all the way down to, let's see, about $961, right, per ounce if you adjust for inflation, okay? And it went down for quite some time. So from, let's see, is it 1982 all the way to 1990 when our next recession hit, all right? It kept going down. It went all the way down, all the way until we get to the year 2000. All right, you guys remember that recession? That was the dot-com bubble. That was what seemed like a huge bubble at that time. And looking back at it now, it doesn't seem that significant, right? But ever since 2000, the price of gold has exploded. All right, it went from $400 per ounce all the way up to over $2,000 an ounce twice. All right, so that is what's taking place. The only outlier here is the Great Recession, right? Back in 2008, 2007, gold price surged after that. Okay, so the money printing, that's when it all changed, right? That right there, that is the key indicator for me. The money printing that took place from then on sent gold price, right, skyrocketing, and I just don't see that ever going away. It's just part of the fabric of how we're going to go about doing things from now on. And it's not just the United States. It's worldwide. It's a whole global pandemic, if you ask me. All right, so what can we learn? All right, so monetary policy is not likely to change. So going forward, what can we expect? Okay, if the Fed pivots, then we're going to expect another run. Okay, so what do you want to be buying right now in the bear market? Do you want to be buying gold? Do you want to be buying silver? Do you want to be buying stocks? Do you want to be buying crypto? There are lessons to be learned, and I cannot give you every single lesson that you need to learn, but I can only give you some things or some hints or some indicators that I'm looking to make the best of it. So whether you're stacking gold, right? Whether that is, buffaloes, whether that is lunars, whatever it is, whatever type of gold that you're stacking, whatever you're after, it doesn't matter. All right. As long as you have something put aside, it's the main thing, right? So right now, I'm thinking that gold spot price is probably going to go down into the lower 1600s, possibly 1500s. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure. But I definitely want to be buying in that price range. I've seen some people saying $300 gold, $900 gold. And let me tell you something. If that happens, then definitely do not lose interest. You do not want to lose interest. You do not want to go and sell. You do not want to, if anything, if gold drops that low, you want to be buying. So, all right. So some of the things that I am looking at right now in order to make a little bit of money. Money. That's, gold is money. This is a few ways that I like to do it. All right. So number one, I am definitely bearish on crypto. 100% bearish on crypto. So what happened a few months ago is a new ETF was approved, and it is called BITI. All right. So what that is that's an ETF for shorting Bitcoin, essentially. All right. So if you think that Bitcoin is going down, then you want to buy shares in that ETF. And that's something that I'm going to be doing here in the next week. I'm definitely going to be buying some of that because I don't think Bitcoin is going up until the money printer gets turned back on. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I'm thinking that BTI is a good place to put it. All right, so the one that I'm definitely going to be packing my bags on, it's going to be GROY. It is one of my long-term plays, if I should say so. And I do own some of them, just full disclosure. And the fact that who's behind it is one of the more important things for me. And it's because David Garofalo and Amir Anani, those are two key players. They know what they're doing. They've been in the game for quite some time. I'm ultra bullish long-term on them. Not only that, but they are partnered up with GROY. It's another one that I owned. And I've done quite well with uranium, extremely well with that. And I actually exited that position recently. And I did extremely well with that. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty happy with that. I did roll some of that over into gold. And that's what it's all about for me. If I can find avenues or ways to make some money and put it into physical assets, I'm going to do it. I'm going to think outside the box if I have to, and I'm going to explore every avenue that I have to besides working for someone and making them richer. I'm trying to enrich myself, and that is the main thing as far as buying gold and other assets. So one of the things that I do like about GROY is its upside potential. Now, if you look at the stock price, it's been tanking. All right, not gonna lie, it has not been performing well. It's been in a downtrend since August of last year, and it's been in a downtrend since September of last year, and that's pretty much the same thing with all miners. They have had a rough go of it. They are pretty much correlated with the spot price of gold. If the spot price of gold is going up, it's usually going up. If the spot price of gold is going down, it's usually going down. But the good news is I think we are finding a bottom here, and it looks like a bottoming out pattern. So in my opinion, it really needs to get above the $3 per share price range. If it does that, I think it is off to the races, to be honest with you. So another good thing that I do like about GROY is the fact that it is a royalty company. Royalty companies have the best model as far as making profit because they don't have the overhead costs that a normal mining company would have. I've covered this and I will link that video down below, and you can watch that interview I had with David Garofalo, and he can explain it a lot better than me, and he can go into great detail what his outlook is. And I will also leave the website down below for you guys to check out as well. It's great information. It's a solid company. It's one of the ones that I'm going to be buying here in the next couple of weeks. This is not a pump and dump or anything like that. This is something that I'm going to be buying heavily here. I do like this company. I like Gold Mining Inc. That is another one of my favorites. And I also am probably going to be buying some more First Majestic Silver. I normally don't buy the majors because, you know, they've already done most of their big runs. But I think that First Majestic has been beaten up enough, and I think it has some upside potential going forward. So going ahead in the future, this is what I'm going to be doing. I think we are coming down to the bottom here in the next couple of weeks. I think September is going to be close to the bottom. It's impossible to time the to catch the bottoms. But man, whenever you do get close, man, those gains, man, are juicy. And I just don't want you guys to miss out. You know, this is one of the ones that I'm going to be loading up on. Like I said, you know, this is not financial advice. This is just me, what I'm going to be doing. But I need to see some more tanking from the DXY. It's not crested just yet. So that tells me we still have room to run as far as the DXY. And as long as the DXY is going in a positive direction upward, I just don't foresee us gaining any traction as far as your precious metals is concerned. And for that matter, most of your stock market is not going to be either. So one thing that I'm hella bullish on is shorting Bitcoin, and another thing that I am extremely bearish on is precious metals. And I'm sad to say that, but it's also a positive because, like I said, you can load the boat. Now is the time to pack your bags and get those juicy gains, because they are coming. They will happen next year, and the more that you can put away from now until then, the better off you're going to be, and you're probably not going to regret it. All right, that's going to do it for today, guys. Remember, it's a grind, man. This does not happen overnight. You have to work for it, and you have to keep going. You have to keep going every single day. All right, so keep grinding on your stack.